Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. The game is getting to the messy part. And of course, it would be Rachel's HOH, of all people, that kicks things off. Now, last night, when I was doing my live, I was able to look a little bit more, see a little bit more of Rachel's season beyond the highlights, because after I turned my live off, I went and checked on her actual seasons and saw, I didn't see them in their entirety, obviously, but I saw a little bit more. I watched a few episodes, and Rachel was messy, as I had already been told. Rachel was a messy player. She was a mean player. But in terms of the house guests kind of branding her that way now, I know that people say, oh, traces of the old Rachel are coming out, and the old person, and this is how the old person used to be, and yada yada. I feel like every single one of us, game or no game, has like good sides to ourselves and bad sides to ourselves. And granted, I will admit that I know that this is different from me, not having seen those bad sides live, because I know there's certain shows that I've watched, I mean, namely The Challenge, where there's certain people who have done or said things that I'm like, this person has no redeeming qualities, and I never want to see them on my TV screen again. There's certain people I still feel that way about. But then there's certain other people, like a CT, for an example. If y'all watch The Challenge, he did some bad things and treated people poorly in the prime of his career. And he's great now. You know, like, everybody for the most part loves present day CT versus that old guy. But I say all that to say, if I'm getting into a game with Rachel, yeah, maybe a part of me is like, I know what she's capable of, but another part of me is like, game wise, I know what she's capable of. I've seen things that she's done and said personally in the past, but I'm going to just keep my eyes open and see what she does in this game, because this is a new game. And in this new game, both personally, privately, I have not seen much of that person. Even in the arguments that she's gotten into, she has not really hit below the belt. So I don't really see her as repeating those behaviors. Anyways, everybody else, though, has been the messier ones, the nastier ones. Like a Mickey, things that she has said about Rachel, and then like Ava. Are we back, or are we back? That's the question. Yeah, so anyways, the goal of the day is to get Lauren to use or to not use the power of veto. Now, Rachel has made it her personal mission to butter up Lauren, to prevent her from using the power of veto, because she likes the noms how they are. She wants to keep them the same, all that good stuff. And Morgan is crashing out like she usually does. She's coming up with all these different gamer scenarios. Like, I just feel like this is that gamer brain at work, you know, and it probably works well with video games. But with actual real live people, it's not really the same, in my humble opinion. Okay. Xander, how's it going, Xander? Xander, short for Alexander. Alright, we are pump 11. Hi, Randy. Sorry. Allergies. Hi. I'll take $20 on 11. Thank you. Hi, Troy. Whoa, 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 whoa. But I'll tell you the truth. If anyone has worked in some kind of an office environment, or even if it's not an office, just a work environment where you all come together in whatever place that you happen to work, office, retail, food service, factory work, whatever that work is, you get everybody together, and it's not like because you're 30, 40, 50, whatever age you are, that everybody acts mature. You know, I have people who are like 60 plus, 70 plus, gossiping about 37-year-old me in my work environment. I have a 76-year-old man that is obsessed with me in my office. And acts less mature than me. So some of these things you gotta just chalk up to, you know, cliquey behaviors and having nothing else to do, and you're trapped in that house, you can't go anywhere. You know, I always say, what is it like for you at the family reunion, right? You're at the family reunion, and we all act like, oh, it's so great to get the family back together. But then it's also like, it's not really that great, because when you were little, when you were growing up, the family being together was a thing. You know, whether you like them, whether you didn't like being around them, can't stand them, it's your family. What can you do? You have to be around your family. There's no choice. Then you get into your adult years where you only have to get together with them on occasions, and the occasions kind of take up the moment. But then the thing with that is, this is not your freaking family. So you're living with 16 other people. You're sharing a bathroom with 16 other people, the showers. You're eating together. You're sharing a kitchen, you know, like, and you don't necessarily like those people, and you just met them. So it's not like a family that you grew up with. You're used to their tendencies. You're used to their little quirks. Even if they annoy you, you're like, this is family. These people, I'm sure the ones that you really don't like, you're just thinking, how and when are you going to get out of this house so that I never have to speak to you again with your annoying behind. So I give them like a slight pass. Not for everything, but for more things than the average fan, because I get annoyed with people quickly, and especially when they're in my space. You know, when I go into a work environment, an office environment, and people are annoying, I kind of like just chalk that up to the game. You know, I have to play the game for 8 hours a day, and then I leave, and I don't have to deal with these people at all. But if they're now in my house and they're impacting my happiness and my peace, then it's a much bigger problem. So, and they're what, 40 something, 40 days, must be 40 days by now, 40 plus days in the house. So, but also I will say that in the beginning of anything, you can pretend to be something that you're not, or somebody that you're not. And over time, you know, I feel like the real you is always going to come out. That's just the way that life is. You can't pretend forever. So it feels like that's where we're at in this house. It feels like people are getting comfortable. People are now kind of getting off of that. I love you in the game. We're not really working together, but I love you. Like, no, not everybody loves each other. I say this when people talk to me about these people that I sometimes don't like, and they're just like, Mark, you gotta learn to get along with other people, because that's just the way that this world works. And it's like, yeah, get along with other people. Yeah, I would say that I'm better than average at getting along with people. I am. But that does not mean that I get along with everybody, nor does it mean that I have to. When I know that somebody really super grinds my gears, this guy right here, I will avoid that person like the plague. Okay. All right. Okay. No instructions. So, question 4. Multitasking as usual. Sorry about that, but multitasking. So I'm interested to see what happens, because Lauren is in a little bit of a conundrum. The conundrum that Lauren is in is that her guy Vince, that she's been riding and rocking with, obviously wants her to use that power veto on him. But now she's sitting here thinking, who would be happy if I used that power of veto, and who would be unhappy? Because now she really does have to think of her own game. The week that she was HOH was so early that it frankly was a little bit inconsequential. Like, her choice did not really make that big of a difference at that point in time. But her choice makes a huge difference going forward. Because, okay, she uses that POV. Now she's got to think of the people that are going to be happy about her use of the POV and the people that are going to be upset going forward, especially because they know that they've got like a double eviction coming up. So she's thinking, all right, she's thinking about now, and she's also thinking about future protection that she would like to have in the house. Now, the angle that Morgan and him are trying to spin is an angle of like, we've got to rally the troops and convince them that Lauren using the POV is the best move for the majority of the house. This is a modern day. Oh, I didn't know you were here. Hi, Chocolate. This is a modern day Big Brother thing, I feel like. Do what's best for the house. That's one of the most annoying things in life. The whole do what's best for the house. Yes, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. You know the drill. Likes are free. Likes boost my position in the algorithm. They make my videos more visible and increase the likelihood of me staying on this channel. Because there's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantees. I continue to do this now because it's, it's fun. I enjoy it. But fun and enjoyment are not necessarily going to hold me here in the long term. But the way that I feel about everything is like, I'm here now. I'm here in the here and now, and that's the thing that matters the most at this moment. Like a few people at my job, a few clients at my job asked me the other day, are you going to leave like this person and that one left? And that was my answer. It probably was not reassuring to the person who asked me or to the people who asked me, but it was as truthful as an answer as I could give. My answer, like, if I was just to be very straightforward, my answer would be, I don't have any immediate plans to go anywhere. That's the answer. Like, I didn't have any immediate plans to go anywhere, like right now. But also, if something just popped up that was available, that was just some once in a lifetime offer, I'm not sitting here saying I love this place so much that I wouldn't take it. so it's day to day. I consider everything day to day. This YouTube channel is actually probably one of the things that I kind of don't feel that way about, because I feel like if I were to just blow up or something as a social media personality or whatever, I would still use my YouTube because I'd probably have a greater reach, unless there was another platform that served me better. But my point is, I would still be doing some form of this. Sorry, I need to put this camera down for a second. I'm always doing things with 800 things in my hands at one time, so I feel like I am telling you a story already. So pay attention, whippersnapper. Okay. There's my camera. What's up, Jason? Jason Lowe. It's Sunday, so I'm just running around doing 10 things at once, the usual. I need to get a couple of iPhone chargers, because this is an issue. Okay. How y'all Sundays going? How are y'all Sundays going? How's your weekend going in general? Is what I would like to know. How's your Sunday and how's your weekend? Pretty good, having pizza for breakfast. I just bought a juice cleanse, but the cleanse was frozen. That was annoying. I thought that I was going to be starting it today. I mean, I'm going to start it tomorrow. You know what? That's what's going to happen. I'm going to start it tomorrow. POV winner. Oh, I finally got my copyright notice. I'm smiling because I called this yesterday. I posted up that video of the whole thing with Reagan and Rachel, and I was like, I know that this is going to get me not a copyright strike. It's different than a copyright strike. It's like a copyright warning. It's not even a warning. It just says your video can't be monetized, because that's what CBS does. They don't actually take my videos down. They just say, we are going to snatch the money that you get from this. Hold up. Why is this not doing what I want it to do? Can y'all hear and see me? Hold on. Is whatever. I'm hating the fact that my phone has gotten glitchy on me. Okay, it's not blinking on my end. It was blinking earlier. Is it blinking for you guys? Is it showing clear? Can you hear me good? Can you see me good? Can you hear and see me good? I can't believe that either. And they were showing some clip of Mickey talking about her targets next week, and I think she said Kelly, Keanu, and Lauren. I was like, what? You still don't have Rachel on your list? I mean, I guess Rachel could be a like a backdoor for her, but I'm like, you still presently are not trying to put up Rachel? Because, dog. Literally, I said this yesterday. I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try to play the game with Rachel. I would not have the confidence in myself to sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to keep Rachel along until week whatever. I'm going to bring her to jury and then get rid of her. Because somebody like that, you back them into a corner. This is what like old school Big Brother vets were so good at, that like present day Big Brother people fall short. Getting themselves out of jams, right? Like, you realize that the odds are against you, you realize that the numbers are against you, you realize that the votes are about to be against you. And these new age players, they just kind of cry and quit. Oh, well, it's over. I'll see you on the outside. You know, there's nothing that I can do. But these old school Big Brother players are like, oh, somebody drops them a piece of information that so and so is coming for them, and that they have 6 numbers. They have X amount of numbers and they're in the minority. So then they'll be like, they'll kind of do what Sari did, even though Big Brother is not necessarily her game. I still think it was a big accomplishment for her to make it to 5. And she'll be like, I have nothing. I have nobody in this game. Nobody wants me in here. Nobody wants to see somebody win 2 times and be a 3-time participant. I've already seen Rachel doing that now. She's been like grooming them in that sense of being like, you know, I'm the best person. I know you people have heard this. I'm the best person to take to the final 2, because automatically everybody is going to want me to lose. You know, like, everybody is going to say, I don't want to see her get the money again. She doesn't need it as much as this person, blah, blah, blah. That's all game. It's all game. That's game. So you don't want a dangerous person like that. And then maybe they got all this information because people just so readily and freely share information with these vets, because they're so geeked out, like what Corey was doing. They're so like geeked out to be playing the same game as Rachel Riley, that they're giving her all this information that they shouldn't be giving her. And she's just taking the information in, and then when it's time, when her game is on the line, and when she's on the line, she'll be like, just hear me out. You know, I have a final pitch, or, you know, I have something that is valuable to you. You know, like there's little tricks that they have up their sleeve, is all I'm trying to say. I feel like the Riley Catherine thing is so ick for me to think about, that I have just been pushing it out of my mind unintentionally, but I did watch quite a bit of their conversation yesterday night. And God, when I keep saying that man is scary to me, I am not joking. Tell you guys that. Sometimes I joke around. Sometimes I'm just trying to be funny, honestly. Or sometimes maybe it's not even that I'm joking, but I'm half joking and I'm just spicing it up because it's funny to exaggerate. But boy, in this case, I don't feel that way. I legitimately am scared for Catherine. And I'm not a big fan of Catherine. I'll be honest. Not even a big fan of Catherine, but the amount of gaslighting and the amount of just manipulation and emotional manipulation, and it's like I've seen that she tried to set boundaries with him, and I feel like he has such a distorted I own you. I saw the video of him talking about, she said, what if we don't work out in the outside of the house? And he says, why would you even talk like that? And he was like, we will work out in the outside of the house. I'm going to marry you. No, I promise you. I promise you that I'm going to marry you. Okay, hold on. See if I'm still on. I refreshed because I don't know when it's working, when it's not working. I don't know. Hit the like button, though. Please hit the like button. I always say likes are free. That same second it took you to click on my live is that same second it would take you to. Sorry about that. My phone died. Now it's on the charger. I hope it stays on, but I can't. No guarantee. I need to buy a couple fast chargers for it. She's scared. Basically threatening her because she feels bad. Oh, I wasn't seeing these comments before. Yeah, he has 2 baby mamas, and one of them was pregnant when he got in the house. That's a scary man. Anyways, y'all, I want to preserve my battery, or I want to charge my battery, so I just wanted to come back on here to say my phone died. That's the reason why I was off, why it shut off. And I'll be back later today. But I will be back at some point. So in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified